We're back. Hey, it's Perry Fields, author of The Tick Slayer, and I have Elynn Light with me again. She's a medical intuitive, and she specializes in emotional release. And we are talking about the different bodies that each person has and how it impacts health. And right now we're going to talk about mind-body. And this is where beliefs come into play and how we have to fix them, because we have beliefs that are instilled in us a lot of times from infancy and how we're raised. And I find part of the biggest problem with people who have Lyme disease, for example, is that a lot of people believe that there's no cure. And that's a belief, and that's a pretty serious belief. I always get questions and emails from people about, you know, is Lyme really even curable? And I'm like, look at me.
Here's the living proof.
I mean, if I'm not proof, then I don't know what is. I haven't been sick in, I guess I'm going on 6 years now. I haven't had to see a doctor in 6 years, and, you know, I was bedridden. And I had to fight a lot of these beliefs, and when I first started off, and we're looking at some of these Lyme chat boards, and it's all doom and gloom.
It's tempting to think, I'll never get better, there's no cure, oh my God, and then you can slip into that real negative, even victim-y.
Yeah, like you have negative chatter that just does not go away. It's like, can I do this? Can I even do this? I mean, everyone keeps saying that you know, it's going to go on forever. There's no cure. It's all belief, and it all needs to be fixed. So, Elynn, I mean, what can you do?
I was in bed for a year with chronic fatigue.
Yeah, that's right. You told me. Yeah.
And so, you know, what we're thinking as we're laying around feeling bad is important to our health.
Oh, yeah.
So, our mind is what we want to do with the mind is track it and be aware of it. And I think one of my favorite sayings about the mind is you wouldn't let a bad guy or like a real negative, the anti-friend, run around in your mind and beat you up, but yet that's what our thoughts do. And so most of us aren't aware of our thoughts, and so the first step with the mind is being aware of, what am I thinking? What are my beliefs? And those thoughts and beliefs actually start to manifest in physical form in our backs and our necks. So thought becomes form. But when I'm coaching with people about how their mind comes in, I just teach them first how to slow down and be aware, and then we want to plant the positive seeds. So transforming the mind from a negative, real negative kind of a, I don't want to say cesspool, but that's kind of what's coming up. So I really know your mind is like, whoa.
That probably would describe it sometimes.
It would. And you know, and then when we have such low energy, it just takes that positive drain out. And so if you think of the positive mind that's clear, and this one over here that's dark and heavy, there are techniques that we can get from here to here. So we want to be planting those positive thoughts and vibrations. They make headsets now where you can plug in and retrain your brain, but there's other things that we can do on a daily basis. Like if I'm aware of some thoughts like, oh, every time I go out in public, you know, if I'm expecting bad things to happen from a disease, from the public, if I'm always expecting negative to happen, I'm creating a magnet that's pulling that to me. So the mind is so important. We have to take charge of the mind, really.
Is it just about being aware of it? I mean, but how do you plant seeds? That's what I don't understand.
Okay. So the first point is be aware of what you're thinking. The second thing is, what do you want to be thinking? So planting a seed for health would be anything from picturing yourself as healthy, saying an affirmation.
That's what I did.
Did you tell us about that?
Oh man, well let me go back. I have to really think about it, because I have really just kind of like, you know, I am so removed from it in a way. But
as an athlete, do you use your mind to picture winning a race?
Oh yeah, we did this all the time with coaches, where our team would get in a room and we'd go through the entire race. You know, And we would visualize ourselves in
Yes.
the middle, at the end, and the stamina that we had at the end, and blah, 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 blah. And it was just visualization, basically. But, you know, I guess I did some of that. I mean, I can't really think about it because I can't remember.
I know. See, this is exactly what we talk about with the bodies. I hear a lot of people say, I'm over it, I'm over it. She's over it. She can't find it.
I can't find it. I'm really having a hard time over here. I was hoping to give some examples, but I'm like,
I have examples.
Okay. All right. Good. Someone does.
So, with planting a seed, you want to know, what do I want to feel? How do I want to be about this, right? So maybe some people are just going to start with a real basic little 3x5. I am healthy. You know, it can, whatever the seed is that you want to plant for yourself.
Intention.
Intention. I'm energetic. I'm healthy. These are kind of basic examples, but if we're talking about our autoimmune clients that are in bed, that's where they're working at.
Yeah, that's the level that they're working at.
That's the level. And if somebody is competing in a competitive sport or an Olympic athlete, how they're using their mind is going to be different.
Right.
You know, but we're all picturing the positive, affirming the positive. But we have to get control of the mind by understanding. We have to discipline our minds, really.
Yeah.
So we want to know what route it's on and what route we want it on. So it's bringing more consciousness into that.
I would say out of all the bodies that we're getting ready to talk about, this might be the hardest one for a lot of people. Because when it comes down to discipline and like actually training yourself, I find that a lot of people have some difficulties with that.
I know, the mind,
you gotta really want it.
You do have to want it.
You have to want it.
It takes a lot of discipline to be aware of, what am I thinking right now? What am I allowing my mind to think?
Yeah.
And to discipline it like you would a child. You
Yeah.
know? Like maybe that as a child, all you want to eat is treats and sweets, and as a mind, it's like you're just out of control, on all the negative.
Yeah.
But it's like, look, all that negative energy is detracting from our health and detracting from the positive.
That's right.
That we want. So we have to get crack the whip.
Yeah.
Find out what's it thinking, what kind of discipline it needs, and when I talk to people, and when you talk to people, we notice how they're thinking. Because what we're thinking comes out
in
the
their
mouth.
Verbiage a lot of times.
What we're thinking, whoa, right out the mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we go, ooh, better clean that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know, if people need help with implementing, obviously you can speak to Ellen about it.
Yes.
So.
There are a lot of tools, and I get people started on the basics of the mind.
Good.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, our next video is going to be on, which one haven't we covered yet?
I think we're going to talk about some of those great points.
The physical body?
That's your realm. We'll be talking about that physical realm.
That's mine. Okay. Yes, we have some other points to cover, and they're really my points that I think are the main points why people have emotional hang-ups and what they're actually fixating on, and that's
Good.
what we'll talk about.
Great. I look forward to it. See you next time.